welcome back to the Anita Inspires podcast. I'm your host, Anita. Today, we will be talking about dreams into reality. And I have a special guest with me today, Rudd Larsen, from the Dream Catchers podcast. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Anita. How are you doing today?
I am good. I'm good. For those of you who don't know Mark, I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from, work-wise, what you do.
Mark Rudd Larsen, South Central Nebraska, podcaster, something I never thought I would ever do, but I've been doing it for 3.5 years, over 200 episodes, and basically started that because I didn't have anything to want to do that, but I had talked to so many people that were kind of wondering how I could do it, and they all had their dreams, but most of them were like some days if they got money, some days they had the time, someday, and my wife Cheryl and I found out when she had her cancer about 2015, 2016 that all you have is right now, and you need to do those, and so I thought I would just feature my wife and I, but people around the world that are catching their dreams. And it has been a very awesome journey because I have met so many neat people around the world. So I am so glad I became a podcaster because I love it.
I think your last guest that you had was from Australia.
Yeah, I've had all over. So Queensland, Australia, yes.
Wow. On your podcast, The Dream Catchers, you highlight a lot of people's success pursuing their dreams into reality. What inspired you to start this journey, and how has that shaped you and your podcast?
Well, I just wanted to help people. I've always wanted to really help people, and it was just something that I didn't know what that looked like. And at the time, I had a coach who had a podcast, and it's like, yeah, I don't know if that was it, but I kind of hemmed and hawed, and I was just like, I don't think that's gonna work. And then she's like, in the first 10 episodes, I kind of thought maybe she was wrong, but after that, I kind of got into the flow of it.
Yeah.
And I just started a Facebook group where I find a lot of my guests, but it's just I think there's so many people. I found that with podcasters, they want to help each other. There's a lot of collaboration there.
Yeah.
And I really like that too. So
that's how I found you, through one of the
and that's a good group.
Yeah,
it's a really good group. So,
I had told Mark that I felt like the connection. Sometimes you vibe with someone, and sometimes you don't. And I was vibing off of what he wrote, and it really connected with me. So in this new spiritual path that you're on, it seems to be playing a significant role now in your life. How has this new spiritual awakening influenced your approach in podcasting and transforming dreams for yourself and for others?
Well, I especially the last year, I've become very spiritual. And I've always believed religion, but I really am not religious. I'm spiritual. And it has maybe, because I always thought I had to, really get out there and grind and do all that stuff. And my wife and I have had some things go on with the cancer earlier, and then this past year there were some other things. And it got to the point where there was nothing that was working that I was doing. And it's just like, and what I believed to be God came to me about that time. And he's like, this is what I want you to do. He actually came to talk to me. It's like, I want the podcast to be geared towards people on the world stage, people that aren't getting reached by his word. And it's just like, and then he said, basically he takes care of everything. So I surrendered, which is not easy for somebody who likes to keep track of everything.
No, it's not, believe me.
So it's been good. It's actually been very, zen, very chill. I mean, it's just been so awesome. It's just, I don't even know how to explain the feeling, but it is, it's comforting. It's just like if I do kind of what, I don't talk to him every day, but I talk to him a lot of days. And if I follow what he wants me to do, the day's awesome. So yeah, I'm just, because I was always anxiety. I had a lot of anxiety for that. And anxiety overall is pretty much gone. I figure he's taking care of it.
Yeah, I think when I was on your podcast, I think I mentioned that I had my own turmoils that I was going through, And it's kind of like that shifting moment when kind of like I awakened. It's like everything just starts turning into chaos, one thing after the other. And that was one of the things that I was going through. I was going through a little bit of depression. And I remember I tried to find a therapist, and it was so hard because my insurance would pay them, but then they would drop that insurance, and it just became more and more difficult. And I remember I finally found it through my union. I contacted them, and then I think I spoke to the lady maybe like 3 times because she kept canceling on me. So it's like I couldn't talk to someone, and like I mentioned, just one day I just went to sleep, and when I woke up the next day, everything that I was worried about, everything that I had been depressed about, that I just felt like stagnant, that nothing was changing, it all just stopped bothering me.
Yes, and that's exactly it has been for me too. I mean, it's just, and anybody who hasn't experienced it, I mean, it's just, it's like nothing I've ever really experienced in my whole lifetime, and I don't hope like never goes away. I really like it.
I hope not, because now I'm in this kind of like body, mind, and spirit, the spirituality that I just feel more connected. I was raised a Catholic, but I don't practice it like how I used to. There's so many other things that I like. So it's kind of like me. I'm into the Buddhism thing. I'm into the chakras, the Kundalini, the evil eye. You know, there's so many things that are out there that are spiritual, and you just have to connect to that energy.
Yeah, and all those things. I knew a few of those words before, but now, I mean, they mean something to me. All what you just said.
Yeah.
And so it's so awesome, so interesting.
You mentioned that you were thinking of writing a book. What would it be about, and how did that concept, that idea, come to you?
Yeah, that was also God, because I never ever thought I would write a book, because writing doesn't come easy to me. I mean, when I kind of get into journaling, after I get a little while into it, it does start flowing. Yeah. But it's almost torture to begin with. but he's like, I want you to write a book about your experiences up to today, you know, and help people with your journey, you know, share that. And it's like, you really want me to write a book? Okay. It's like, he's like, yes, I do. I want you to write a book. It's like, okay. And the interesting thing is I've been putting it out there, and I've had people that have written books, you know, and that are there to help. And it's just like, wow. And I don't know if it's God doing that, my vibe, or what it is, but I'm getting closer to doing it. Actually, I have started writing things down just to start writing a little bit.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, okay. That's how you start.
So it's getting there, and I will do it. You know, I will do it. It's just something I never thought I would do. I never thought I'd be an author, but I didn't think I'd be a podcaster either. So
no, I know.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true. I would suggest this. If you kind of like build yourself up where you're like, okay, between 1 and 2, I'm going to write. Sometimes you end up not doing that. So while you're journaling, that's like the perfect time that you just start. The inspiration hits you. Like I said, when I was writing my books, it was just a download that I got. Okay, this is what I'm going to write about, and it just came to me. But then when I had those moments that I was blocked and I didn't know what to write, that's when I was like, I don't know what to write. And they would tell me, just keep writing, it's going to come to you.
Yeah, and that's what I just need to do. I just need to just keep on. I just need to do it every day and just keep doing it and get into the habit of, you know, for a while there I was journaling every morning. So, but I kind of got out of the habit of that. And, but I've been anything, motivational, inspirational quotes I've been writing down that have come to me. So maybe that's the beginning of the downloads. I don't know, but.
Probably, because I know I mentioned that I love reading quotes, and I'm going to read a quote at the end of this because it really touched me, and it kind of touches upon just having those dreams that you can take it and become a reality. How you could just take that one thing and just run with it. That one thing that will inspire you, that kind of like changes your whole life.
Yes.
So looking ahead at transformations that you envision, that you see for the Dream Catchers, the podcast, and your own life, how do you plan to continue evolving and making it even better?
The reach is definitely, especially, have become favored. You know, it's interesting how, I don't know if we've talked about that, but my Facebook page all of a sudden just started growing like crazy. I mean, I had 1,000, and now I'm up to over 23,000 followers.
Yes, I saw that.
And that's been, I mean, it's just like my wife Cheryl's like, what did you do different? It's like, I don't think anything. But
I know what you did different. I know what you did. You connected to people and you are inspiring them, because when I went to your page, I saw all of those inspiring posts that you had and they really touched me. And it just, like you said, it just takes one thing. If you're having a bad day, you read something and it just, the bright side, it just changes you.
It can. So, but no, I perceive this all going to being worldwide. You know, I mean, I'm having guests as being worldwide, but I want people in those other countries to know the podcast, because most of them recover from that group that you and I know. But it is, I want to help people all over the world. I mean, I want to help people in Africa. I mean, there's so much, there's suffering all around. No, I just want to help people know that everything's possible, and if they are able to do it, provide a way that they can get to be able to do it. You know, because some people, like I was talking to a gal this morning, she said some people don't even have internet access, you know, and that would help so many people if they even had that and then be taught how to do it. So, but yeah, it's all encompassing is what I'm envisioning, to get people from maybe homeless or hungry to being successful, because I'm a big believer in Ripple. You know, when they start being successful, then they can, you know, share that out and have Ripple go out around the world.
Yeah. So I want to congratulate you. As you mentioned, you have more than 200 podcasts now in your 3 years that you've been on the air, and you keep evolving. What new doors or what new ideas, or where do you want to take your podcast now with so many interviews that you've done?
You know, I want to do more pop-up podcasts. I want to do more, because everybody's got a story. And right now this has been very planned, and I would love to go out and find, because just walking around, there's inspirational people all over the world. And it's just like, I want to do that, you know, and I want you to be on there and then maybe collaborate with, you know, something like that. More collaboration, definitely.
Oh, I would love it if you ever do one where it's more than one person. Just, I don't mind. Just let me know. I will jump on, because it's such a different way when, like, you're very inspiring to me. When like I said, when I saw your page, it was like, wow, you know, and just you saying one thing that can just connect to that other person that's probably having a bad day or something's going on in their life. It just makes a difference. My husband is a cancer survivor, so even he says the same thing to me. You just have to take it one day at a time and do what you can right now, not like later. You know, because we're always, you know, like your dreams that you want to make it into reality. Those are always dreams that you're always thinking, okay, you know, like in 10 years from now, I'm going to go take that vacation.
Yes.
You know, start saving now and take that vacation.
Yes. You need a date and a time, you know, otherwise it just keeps getting pushed to the future, which you may not even have. And I also want to wake up, because I always ask that question on my podcast, would you know as dreams when you were a kid? People, unless I ask it, some have to really think about that. You know, it's like, and granted, your dreams change, because I want to be a weatherman.
I know. Would you have thought that yourself would be doing a podcast with me, like even like 5 years before now? No, I wouldn't do that. Yeah. No.
So, I mean, wake up people to maybe present day dreams and show them that it is possible.
Yeah.
And because I think a good share of the people are not happy in the world. You know, they're talked to a guy the other day that who will be in the podcast, I think, next month, who lives down in Texas. And he's a young man, and he went for his first week, and he was on the elevator going home for that last week, or that first week, and they said, welcome to the rest of your life. And he said that really, and he's like, I'm not doing this, you know.
Well, that's why a lot of people had a lot of epiphanies happen when COVID hit, because, you know, a lot of people started resigning from their jobs or were let go from their jobs, and sometimes that's the catalyst that will jump you. If you've been frozen and afraid of just jumping into that new thing, that has to happen for it to get out, be removed, for you to jump into what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to be pursuing. So that was a big trigger for a lot of people.
Wake up. Kind of, we're actually really a wake up call, you know, or a kind of wake up to what is because some people, I don't even know if they're really awake, when they're doing the go to work, come home, repeat. I just think they do it rote, and then always wait for Sunday fun day, or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, or vacation,
Always.
whatever.
You're always
Yeah.
waiting for that big thing, or like if you want to plan. Like I had the best opportunity when COVID hit. I
Uh-huh.
wanted to go to Hawaii, and
Wow.
my husband and I, we did it. We paid for it because it was. I'm
Cool.
telling you, it was like less than like $2,000 to go to Hawaii. So we bought our tickets for our whole family, and then
Nice.
obviously, COVID hit, and we thought that everything was shut down, but we thought that they would open up. But then, it kept going. But we were
Yes.
able to keep it for like 2 years, so we were good. So when they started opening up the doors that you could travel, I think I paid. I don't even know how much of a difference. I know it wasn't a lot, the difference. And then we had a family member that moved to Hawaii, so we were able to stay with them. And oh my gosh, it was the best experience ever. If you're able to go to Hawaii, that spirituality, you feel it there. You feel that calling. Sorry, we had technical difficulties. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to Hawaii, you will feel that spirituality, that vibration that emanates from that beautiful place.
I can't wait. That is one place that I will go. I have not been to Hawaii, but I'm sure I would love to.
So everything kind of manifested, and everything came out the way that it was, and we were so blessed that we were able to go experience it when we finally were able to go. Oh my God, that was life changing. It was so life changing that my husband and I wanted to move to Hawaii, but that we probably won't be able to because they don't take our insurance. Like once he retires, our health insurance is not accepted there. So
Oh, that's too bad.
yeah, that's the only drawback to it. But if you ever have the opportunity, oh my God,
I'll
Hawaii.
be there. I will definitely be there.
So I want to share 5 tips to build your dreams to reality.
Okay.
Number 1 is to write it down with clarity. Be specific about your dream that you want. That's kind of like putting it even on your vision board, so that way you can visually see it.
Yes.
2, I would say research, so you know how to plan and how to manifest it. Because sometimes you'll write it down, but like I was mentioning on your podcast, you say something that you want to manifest, but then you just sit there waiting for it to miraculously come. You have to also search for that job, because if you're looking for a new job, you might be one of the lucky ones that it might just pop up into your feed or in an email or something. But if you don't do the work in order to research for that job, it won't happen. Number 3 is not to share your plans before you have achieved it, because a lot of people have a way of telling you things and then putting it down, and that kind of is very discouraging. So once you achieve it, that's where you can yell it out to the cliff or put it on social media.
Exactly, yes.
And number 4 is to stay encouraged, to always look towards the bright side, because everything might be looking bad at the moment, but something is with God, everything is possible. It just takes that little thing that will spin it, and that opportunity that you have, it's gonna come. So you just have to always look at the bright side of everything.
Yeah.
And my number 5 tip is to pray. I pray, if you believe in God, if you believe in the one source or the one force, or just manifest it, because the universe is listening, and say it out loud. So that way you unite with that thing, that dream, so you can make it come into reality. Those are my 5 tips that I wanted to share with everyone. And I'm going to leave everyone with this quote that I read, and it resonated with me so much. It's from Thomas Jefferson. It says, if you want to have something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
It is. There's so much wisdom in it, and that's the way it is. Yeah, you do have to be, I always say you have to become the person that's going to live that dream. And it's the process of getting to that dream that makes you into that person.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't just happen, like you snap your fingers, like some people think.
True. Is there anything else that you want to share with the community?
No, I just love your podcast. I love your vibe. So,
Thank you so much.
And I've enjoyed being on your podcast, and I enjoyed having you on mine. And if we could do a collaboration on something, I don't know what that looks like now, but I'll keep that in.
Yeah, because once I start back in the grind, it's a little hard, but there's so many vacation breaks and there's so many days off between now and the end. So, obviously, if you ever have something, just let me know, and I'm always make myself available.
And I may do a big group, like you were saying, have more than one person, have like a panel, kind of like. Yeah. And I've never done that yet. So.
No, me either. I usually do like me and another person, but I'm always like open to meet new people. As I said, I'm an introvert, so I have to push myself to get myself out there.
You do very well, because I would not think of you as an introvert.
So I want to thank Mark for joining me today. Don't forget to check out his Dream Catchers, the podcast on his YouTube channel. I'm going to leave all the links, and the link so you can listen to his podcast on Spotify, and the link so you can join him on Facebook as well.
And thank you for having me as your guest. I appreciate that greatly.
Oh, thank you so much for listening and watching, and please subscribe to Anita Inspires podcast and the Anita Inspires YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.